After reviewing this video, you'll be able to identify an atom based on electron configuration or determine the electron configuration of a neutral atom.
Vocabulary.
Ground level. All electrons in the lowest possible energy level. So what that just means is that the electrons are in the innermost energy level, or ring. Excited level. One or more electrons have jumped up to a higher energy level, which leaves a gap behind. So if you notice that the electron, there's one electron in the inner ring, the other electron now has moved up to the outer ring. It's in its excited level. Principal energy level. The rings around the nucleus. Or you can think of it as the rows on the periodic table. So if you look, there is 7 rows on the periodic table, so therefore you can have a maximum of 7 rings, or 7 principal energy levels. And so again, the principal energy level is just the ring. Did you know when an electron returns back to the ground state, they will release energy? That energy, you see, light, will depend on the substance present. Different substances will produce different colors. This is how you get different color fireworks. The color present is determined by the metal present in the firework. Levels of the atom. The Bohr model, although incomplete, is still very useful. Because why it's useful is because electrons travel in a ring around the nucleus like planets around the sun, which is very easy to see visually. And we call each one of these rings the principal energy level. The first ring holds 2 electrons. The second ring holds 8 electrons, and we'll continue talking about the third and fourth rings and so on and so forth, of how many electrons they can hold. That's a future podcast. So, for example, how many electrons are at each level for the element calcium? So you may need to look at a periodic table. Well, the answer is, you have 2 in the first, 8 in the second, and 2 in the third. So you would write that as 2-8-2. Bohr diagram. Well, this will be the Bohr diagram for lithium. So, how many electrons does lithium have? Give up? It's the same as its atomic number, which is 3. So we have 2 in the first ring, because there's 2 elements in the first row of the periodic table, and then 1 in the second ring. Okay. Remember, the rings are called principal energy levels, and the black circles are electrons. An excited atom. When an atom jumps from the ground state to a higher energy level, energy has to be absorbed. Now, the atom doesn't like to keep that energy. So what it's going to do is it's going to try to release that energy. So it's going to fall from the excited state. And that energy being released is what you see as light. Most of the time. Bohr diagram for the excited atom. So again, we'll use lithium. So, how many electrons did lithium have? Anyone? 3, exactly. So we have 2 in the first ring, 1 in the second ring. Now, Again, we have the rings that are called principal energy levels, and we have the black circles that are electrons. Now what happens is energy gets put into the atom, and the atom will get excited. So one of the electrons in the inner ring will jump up to the second ring, and this is what is being known as excited. So again, we have the excited electron to our right, and what happens now is where the electron used to be is what is known as a gap. So the gap is where the electron used to be. Flame test. It produces characteristic colors of metallic ions and is the direct result of electrons returning to the ground state or releasing energy as they return to the lower levels.